yoga. I am in my yarn and yoga room on this very hot day in August 1st today. So as promised, I'm doing the peaceful yoga poses. So this is a flow with some restorative poses that I love to do when I'm feeling very anxious or stressed or just needing a more slower paced practice. So also great for you ladies who are going through menopause. It's very cooling instead of heating, which is perfect for these really hot summer days. Ayurvedically speaking, we want to reduce pitta, which is cooling practices and finding time to reduce the heat in our body. So to get started, we will begin. I'm just going to move my speaker. We're going to begin in a seated pose. Palms are on top of my thighs. And I begin to notice my breath. Just my natural breath, not forcing, just noticing. I root down through my bottom. I'm just sitting on a pillow. This is a pillow actually from Half Moon. So I root down through the sits bones, lengthen through the spine. Relax the shoulders, maybe wiggle them up and around and then forward, and allow them to rest where they would like to rest. Now with my chin, I like to imagine my chin is resting on a shelf. I lengthen through the cervical spine. Imagine lifting through the tips of the ears. Crown of head reaches towards the sky. So you'll notice I automatically begin to lengthen through the spine. Bring in your intention for this practice. My all-time favorite is still Om Shanti Hum. Om Shanti Hum. Begin to deepen the inhales, and let's take our hands to our bellies. Place hands on top of the navel. Keep the lengthening through the spine. And as you inhale, notice the belly rise. And belly falls back in, so it comes back to kiss the spine. Inhaling, belly softens, extends. And then exhaling, drawing the belly button into the spine. We know that we can practice yoga and also trust this practice of yoga. My beautiful teacher Karuna always expressed this. We can be in our seat with all the crazy and chaos of life around us, but we can remain in our yoga seat. Just coming to a place of stillness, of peace, for this peaceful flow. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your left hand up to your heart. So we have our right palm on the solar plexus chakra. Left hand is on the Anahata chakra, the heart chakra. So again, inhale for a count of 4 or 5. So inhaling. And exhale for a count of 4 or 5. Inhale. And exhale. Bring your hands into Anjali Mudra. Drop your chin towards your heart. I am peace. Om Shanti Hum. Om Shanti Hum. Om Shanti Hum. Open the eyes. Let's set up for our first pose. Coming into a child's pose. So you can use a couple of pillows or grab your bolster. Widen your knees. Draw this bolster between the thighs. Lower down. Bring left or right ear. I'm going to start with my left ear. And I'm going to stay here for 5 breaths before I turn my head to the other side. Allow the hips to sink down, maybe wiggling the hips back and forth. If you have cranky knees, you can place a pillow or bolster underneath the calf muscles. So 3 more breaths here. Softening down. Feeling the body contacting the bolster or your pillows. And then slowly lifting the head. Bring the right ear or whatever ear you haven't turned your head to over to the other side. 5 breaths here. Breathing into the back sides of the lungs. Few more breaths. Pressing into the palms and slowly coming up to seated. Going to remove this bolster. Come to your seated pose. Just check back in with the body. Let the body settle before going into our next pose. Three breaths. Opening the eyes. We're going to come over onto our knees. You can use your bolster with this peaceful flow. So this is more of a low flow. So very, very gentle and just coming from your child poses to Sphinx pose. Let's draw the bolster down towards the end of the mat slightly. Bring your knees just a little bit wider than the bolster. Come into the child's pose. Palms come down on either side of the bolster. Forehead meets the bolster. Take 2 breaths here. Inhaling through nose, exhaling through nose. Look forward. Begin sliding the body towards the front of the mat into supported Sphinx pose. So you're allowing the tops of feet to be on the mat. I'm going to let the knees soften and close my eyes here for 3 breaths. Maybe slightly pointing the toes away, creating length. I'm going to exhale, bring the forehead down to the mat. Or if you find it's too much for your neck, bring a block over to bring the head down. From here, the hands come down on either side of the bolster, pressing into the hands. I'm going to press back into child's pose very slow and mindfully. Elbows come back down onto the mat. Inhale, sliding hands forward. Coming down onto the bolster, lowering down. Elbows come onto mat. Close my eyes. And also a nice option into coming into seal pose, pressing the palms away from you and coming up into a deeper back bend. 3 breaths. And then lowering down to elbows, lowering the forehead to the block or the floor. I'm going to tuck the toes, press into the palms come down on either side of my chest, and then coming up to hands and knees. And just coming back, my toes are tucked, stretching into the feet. Let the head come down. This time I'm going to come into more of Anahata pose. So knees stay high, hips are directly over top of knees, lowering down. Right ear comes to the mat. Inhaling left ear to mat. Inhale, looking forward, sliding or lifting up, and then draping yourself down the bolster. Elbows come down on to the mat. You can press the elbows a little bit further away and gazing towards the wall or all my beautiful yarn. Exhaling, releasing down. This time I'm going to remove the block, place my head on stacked hands, just having a release through the cervical spine. Good. Inhale, looking up. Palms come to the other side, each side of the bolster, pressing into my arms, and then releasing back, coming into child pose. Let's go through this flow without the bolster. So I'm placing my bolster to the side. So coming down into your child's pose, thumbs come to meet, forehead meets the mat. 3 breaths. Looking forward and beginning to slide into Sphinx pose. Elbows are slightly in front of chest, widen the fingers. Rock hip to hip. And 3 breaths here in Sphinx pose. Not sinking into the shoulders, but pressing into the elbows. Lowering down. Forehead comes to mat. Palms come back to either side of the chest. I'm going to tuck my toes and coming into child's pose again. This time keeping palms on the mat, lifting elbows off the ground, pressing the palms, grounding myself down to the earth. Inhale, coming back into Sphinx. This is our last one. Just breathing nice and slow here. Lowering the hands, lowering forehead down to the mat. Palms come either side of the chest, tucking the toes, stretching into the toes. Inhale, rising up. And then coming to hands and knees. And then slowly coming to easy pose. Bring your hands into Anjali Mudra. 3 breaths. Take a nice flat pillow or blanket behind your head. Slowly lower down onto your elbows, or you can lower down using your abdominal muscles, just slowly rolling down. Bring your knees into chest and feet come onto mat. Lift up into baby bridge, reset the lower spine. Let's stay here for 5 breaths in constructive rest pose. Pressing into the feet, close your eyes. Feel the whole back body resting on your mat, upon this earth. Feel the feet, maybe rocking from toes to heels. And we're going to extend the left leg out, bringing that heel down towards the ground. And then bring this right leg over into reclined tree. So you start in a reclined tree. And we're going to take this left palm and just slowly clasp the left foot and draw it up towards the sit bones. This is revised hero pose. So you're going to feel a stretch through the top here of the leg, the quads. And I'm allowing this left foot to relax. 5 more breaths. good from here. I'm going to press into this left foot, unravel this leg, extend it up towards the sky. Just clasp behind the thigh here. Allow this leg to relax, maybe weaving side to side. Lower this leg down to the ground. Let's extend this right foot out. Heel comes to the mat. Keep that foot very active for now. Draw the left foot, heel into the right inner thigh, and then slowly just walk that foot underneath and grab the toes, drawing it up towards the right buttocks. I'm trying to ignore Izzy, my doodle, who is barking in the background. You can even take your hands onto your hip flexors. This right foot is relaxed now. And let's draw the arms into cactus arms. Couple more breaths here. Let's draw the right foot to the mat. Press down through this right foot. I'm going to bring my hands down on either side of my hips and then slowly unravel this leg. Extend it towards the ceiling. Clasp behind the thigh muscle. Let's do a little wiggle here. And then draw that foot down into your constructive rest. I'm going to lift up again into that baby bridge and then roll the spine down. Coming into constructive rest pose just for 3 breaths. I'm going to extend that left leg out onto the mat, bringing it as wide as the mat, and extend the right. I'm going to move from hip to hip and then shoulder to shoulder, lifting the head, placing it back down into Shavasana. So coming back to your natural breath. Maybe taking a deep inhale through the nose. And exhale through pursed lips. So in pursed lips, the breath is to inhale through the nose, and then you purse your lips as if you're going to blow an eyelash of a loved one's face. So inhaling. Relax the feet, the calf muscles, backs of thighs. Notice the sacrum on the mat, backs of shoulders, the back of your skull. And coming back down to the tops of your feet again. Notice each toe, top of foot, your shins. Send your knees some love. Notice the thighs and relax the thighs. Allow the belly to be soft. Notice your heart. And feel your heart being cushioned by your gentle breath. And now your throat and jaw, maybe opening the mouth, wiggling the jaw from side to side. And then closing the mouth so the lips meet and the tongue comes to the top of the mouth. Allow the teeth not to rest on each other. And now release the tension in your forehead. Five more breaths here in this spaciousness of Shavasana. Deep inhale through the nose. I'm going to begin to make small movements, making big circles with my elbows resting on the ground. And then doing a few wrist rolls. Take my hands, clasping the hands, placing behind the neck. And then drawing the elbows together and the chin towards heart. Slowly bringing that back down. I'm going to draw the knee into the chest. Do a few ankle rolls one way then the other. Place that foot down and then drawing the left knee in. Again, a few ankle rolls. And dropping that foot down and rolling to my right side. So we always come to our right side in the tradition of yoga. We rest here in fetal pose. We come from corpse pose to the pose of new beginnings. Pressing left palm into the ground, into the earth, and drawing myself up to seated, leading with this heart first. And then coming into seated. Again, rooting down through the sits bones. Lengthen the spine, close your eyes. Chin resting on a shelf, ears lifting to the sky, crown of head. And now bring those hands into Anjali Mudra. Press each palm together. Drop that chin towards your heart. Graceful bow pose. Right ear comes to left, right shoulder. Back to center. Left ear to left shoulder. Again, back to drawing the heart and mind closer together. end this practice with one single Om. Inhaling. Bring your hands up to your third eye. The divine light in me sees, honors, and cherishes the divine light in each and every one of you. Bring your hands back down to your heart. Namaste. So I invite you to sit here as long as you need to if you wish to stay here in a meditation. If not, I thank you for watching this video. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And also subscribe to my channel so you can see more videos for yoga with heart, yoga for mindfulness, and yoga to help find more peace and ease in your life. Again, thank you very much, and I hope you have a wonderful day from my heart to each of your hearts. Namaste.